What is going on, everyone? Commodore lastly today, bringing to you guys my live reaction to Kaguya-sama Lovers War manga chapter 229. Now, the series is finally back after a 1-month break. It has been ages, it feels like, since I've sat down in this chair in the middle of the week to enjoy the masterpiece of Akasaka, man. But we're finally back. The greatness is back in my life. I've been missing it, honestly. But my guy, he had to go take his break, for research purposes, of course. Maybe Discord was involved, maybe Twitter was involved, maybe, Apex or League of Legends or whatever the games that my guy be playing. He's enjoying himself, he's having a good time, but we're finally back, man. And before I even get into this chapter, and, dive into whatever we're about to experience next, which I'm assuming has to be, continuation of the Ishigami, Iino, Shiranui stuff we saw last chapter. I want to apologize for not getting a discussion video out in regards to the future arcs of Kaguya-sama that I wanted to do. Unfortunately, I got sidetracked with another project that I just put out on the channel not too long ago. As early as last week, actually. And stuff with the life arc in the way. But hopefully, because we're going into summer now, I believe sometimes we have a little break near end of July, beginning of August. So whenever that time comes around, I'm hoping to try and get that out. And hopefully I can also talk about the volume 22 afterward, which if you guys have not seen that, it kind of gives you an indicator that we actually are in the legitimate end game of Kaguya-sama based on the comments by Akasaka. So I do want to be able to talk about that hopefully in a future video, because I think it gives us enough clearance and clarity, really, that the end will be near, very soon. I don't know if soon means end of this year, next year. I'm hoping it's further on and stuff, down the road, hopefully, but we'll have to wait and see. But time is now. We have a color page upon the return of the greatness, and we gotta see what's about to happen, man, because Ishigami finally found a circle of people he can talk with, enjoy games, but it led to a crazy misunderstanding on the part of Iino, and now she's got a monkey wrench to deal with in the form of Papa Shirogane, man. Because I've been on the wagon, man. I've said, look, I was on Team Tsubame, but after the events of the winter break, Iino makes the most sense, and even before that, makes more sense. But now when you throw in Shiranui, how does Iino respond? I need a counterattack. I need something, man, from Iino. So, let's get into this chapter. Let's see what's going to go on. I'm hoping it's continuation, really. Let's see what awaits us, man. Yeah. Oh, wait. No. Chill. Yo, Shiranui on the color page with the suitcase. With the suitcase, I get it. She has the gimmick, the idol gimmick, and everything. The job. Iino sees that suitcase, and it's within maybe a couple centimeters away from Ishigami. She might have a heart attack. I don't know, bro. Oh man, bro, is she holding the switch? There's a good chance she might creep. She might be in the top 10. She might be in the top 10. If she's a switch user, she might be in the top 10. As Miko Iino finally starts becoming aware of her feelings for Ishigami, a new obstacle appears. Look at her, man. Oh, man. Chapter 229, Kaguya Shinomiya's Impossible Challenge, the Buddha Stone Begging Bowl, Part 4. And I actually, you know what? I was going back maybe a couple weeks ago during the break, and I remember, I think it was 189, 190. I could be wrong on the number. But that's when the first one for the Stone Begging Bowl was. And that was during the time when they were trying to figure out, between the shipping wars, and then the end of that chapter being the whole thing with Miyuki and Ishigami from the outside perspective. But it's nice though, that's where you see where it kind of began, and then it's into the current events right now where we're at. But all right, now, this is a dope color page. I'm not gonna lie. I think this one and the one with Iino were actually pretty fire. But I can't wait to see whenever we get the next big double spread one, which I'm assuming will be more towards the whole Shinomiya versus the Shinjo family and stuff, or whenever the Miyuki departure is. Speaking of which, did you catch the finals at the last tourney as the two hit it off over their shared love for games? But for me, she might be I don't know. Oh yeah, that ULT timing was frame perfect. Shout out. At first, I was wondering why he picked that Charming character, but they're going with the shortened versions. He picked that character, but then he wiped the whole squad from above. Chatter. Given how the season's unfolding, I wouldn't be surprised if we start seeing them team comp more often. I have no idea what they're talking about. Oonodera, then of course you see with Osaragi. This is gonna be tough. Hey Osaragi, aren't you going to root for Iino? And we know that there's been a friction in their friendship, which that's gonna man. You imagine Iino has a new competitor. Her friendship right now is on the rocks with Osaragi because of their difference in beliefs and everything, right? I need Iino to prosper, man. Like, come on, Akasaka. Aren't you gonna root for her? I don't want to see Ishigami rebound to Miko-chan just because things didn't work out with Sabame-senpai. Plus, with the way Miko-chan is trying to take advantage of the situation right now, I'm not sure I can see I support her. Which is fair enough. I get from her perspective, it is true. Because you don't want that either for Ishigami, for Iino really to be like a rebound. But we know that the feelings right now are, I would assume, are more genuine than ever. But the method, yeah. But then again, you have to realize that she doesn't take that chance. She loses out. That's going to kill her for the rest of her life. That's going to like eat away at her. And I think she took the right steps, honestly, in going in this manner. Granted, the backlash that could come from it, from an outside perspective, but at the end of the day, you gotta do what you gotta do. Like, if you see Ishigami there and you know that's where your heart is set at, like she said, screw the rules. There's no rules in the game of love. It don't matter. So, all's fair in love and war, man. Simply put, I can't root for her right now. You can be pretty particular sometimes, huh? That's what it means to be a shipper. Are you alright with Shiranui then? I'm not too sure what's going on, but it seems like they both enjoy the same games. All gamers tend to be drawn towards strong players. With multiple multiplayer games, it's only natural to meet strong players of the opposite sex, but it'd be presumptuous of us to assume that there's anything romantic going on. Is that how it is? And then they're gonna hear something, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh no!" Like, in any case, Iino's probably pretty worried about this too. Friends through shared hobbies. Everyone has a hobby or two that they're really into, and of course, Switch Gang right there. It's only natural for these hobbies to lead to friendships with members of the opposite sex. But from an outside perspective, it's easy to suspect these friendships as being something more. Anyone with hobbies will face this issue sooner or later, and their significant others find it difficult to step between them. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. In Iino's case, she wasn't even a significant other, so naturally. President, do you know about the games Ishigami plays? I want you to tell me everything you know. Hey, Iino buys a Switch, she might be in the top 3. She might have to fight somebody that I truly love to be in the top 3. Because you're already top 5. She might, get the Switch, she's in the top 3. Alright? I see. So basically you want to get into the same hobbies as the guy you like. So that's so sweet of you. That's not why, but she's so precious, man. She's so precious, bro. Ishigami, please, man. Like, look in that direction. In that case, why don't you just have Ishigami teach you himself? What are you talking about? If I did that, then... Don't tell me you're trying to get into FPSs because you're jealous of me and Shiranui. I can already see. I see. Is that how it is? I can already hear his voice saying all this. It just end up like that. On the other hand, if I were to say something like, "Oh hey, looks like you two have been playing a lot of FPSs recently. Say, I play that game too. Why don't we play together next time?" That put me in a way better position. What a pain. If she learned straight from Ishigami, I'm sure things would develop quicker, and she'd get a lot closer to him. But when I see her like this, I can't help but remember how I used to feel. And it's crazy how, of all the connections that we could have had with Kaguya and Ishigami in terms of how she's helped him, and then you see this afterwards with Miyuki, And this is actually crazy because this is something obviously that's been very noticeable. But I like how now it's more open on Shirogane's part, where it's like you really look at it though, just remember the age difference being a year or so, but there are parts of their characters in Miyuki and Kaguya that you can see in Ishigami and with Iino. And it's not like they're blatant copies, but there is similarities. And that's why they are so attached to these people and want to see them do good, because it reminds them of themselves. If not in the literal sense, but just from like the little parts. So that's dope though how Akasaka kind of like brings that in too, because this is a reminder, like, yeah, they've been in similar situations like that before, and they see elements of themselves within those people. Doesn't Fujiwara know a really good gamer too? Gigako Senpai is probably friends with Ishigami too, so she's no good. There's absolutely no way I can let him find out I've been practicing. Look at her like, eh. Unfortunately, I don't really play FPSs, and as for other people I know who might be good at them, Beam, did you think of someone? No? Well, it's just, is he a bad person? It's not anything like that. As far as work goes, I trust him enough, but if it's someone... Hold up, there's only one person. No, wait. No, there's no way it could be that person. Hold on. Wait, let me keep reading. Hold on. As far as work goes, I trust him enough, but if it's someone you trust and I trust them too, please, there's no one else I can ask. I'll be okay with anyone. You sure about this? You'll be okay with anyone. Yeah? Okay, I'll be okay with anyone. Yo, I was thinking to myself for the streamers. I'm like, yo, let's go. Yo, Father Shirogane, bro. Listen, 10 out of the chapter. 10 out of the chapter. If he's in the chapter, 10 out of 10. Oh, bro. Of all the do I just see a bad person? Oh, yo, no, Kaguya-sama the goat, bro. Yo, so you're my son's Kohai Chan. Yo, this dude is sick. This dude is literally sick. Nice to meet you. This is not okay. Yo, if there's anyone that's gonna help, that's from the outside, it's gonna be him, bro. The top streamer, 50K in the bank, in terms of subs. Like, come on, bro. He uses his own daughter for money. You love to see it. You're the president's father, right? What should I call you? Anything works for me. You can call me Mr. or Papa Shirogane or whatever you like. Bro, I need a name. Never mind that. It's been too damn long. I need a first name. I guess I'll go with Papa-san then. Better watch out. So I take it you're decent at games then, Papa-san. When I was a student, I played the hell out of Gold. He's a goat. He is a goat. He is a goat. I played the hell out of GoldenEye on the 64. Is a goat. Like, it doesn't say 65, 66, no, on the 64. As you should, man. No, good, man. I suppose you could call me a first generation FPS gamer. Oh, what a good man. He knows his games. I usually get a fair number of viewers on my FPS streams, and I stream quite often too. I've also been invited to a few casual tourneys before as well. Wow, that's amazing. Are you into gaming too? I don't have a console or anything like that, but I played a fair number of free RPG Maker games on my laptop. So she's a Mario Maker. Listen, man, if Iino gets on Trails, if she gets on the Trails series, man, look, she might come for the #1 spot. Like, or if she gets, you know what? We'll take it a step at a time with her, though. You mean stuff like IB or Angels of Death or Yume Nikki. I don't know why that sounds like a familiar name, but I'm gonna have to look it after. Wow, you really know your stuff. In any case, let's jump right into a game. We're starting off with a real thing. With games like this, it's fastest to learn just as you play. And so, Iino began training under the guidance of Papa Shirogane. That's a demon headband. And that spam Portal, look at her, poor girl, man. She's just trying to learn a game. Day after day, they train deep into the night, bro. Yo, an Iino gaming arc was all I wanted from her, man. At some point in the story, we're getting it, man. Iino streaming is something like, oh man, this is awesome though, man. Of all the connections you could have had right here to help her out in their time of need, I'm glad it's the father, man. I'm really glad, because it just goes to show like how important he has been to like characters like Tsubame, and now with Iino. It's just great, man. Great. I guess now it's almost like 1 a.m. now, I guess, from this point. Well, it's getting late. Let's end things here for now. Just one more game. One more. She's like trying to keep going. Can we do one more? He's like, Well, seeing as I don't have a stable job, I don't really have a concept of day and night, so I can go as late as you want. That said, you still have school tomorrow, so this one will really be our last, okay? Thank you. I really want to get better soon. I want to be able to play normally as soon as I possibly can. And I think he can already tell why that's the case. Don't tell me. Do you have someone you like? Oh, look at the blush. Did Miyuki Senpai tell you? Bro, look at this dude. This man dad has this freaking Discord name, bro. Oh man, did Miyuki Senpai tell you? No, Miyuki didn't tell me anything in particular. Then how? In general, girls get into FPS games for one of two reasons. They either have a boyfriend or they have a boy they're interested in. Caught me. You want to get to know him better, right? You want to know what he's laughing at, right? You want to be able to laugh with him, right? You want it so bad you're willing to go as far as to ask some random old man to train you, right? Look at the blush. Could you please stop teasing me? Oh, whoops. Sorry, I'm down. That said, there's only one guy left. If you kill him, we'll be the champions. You've got more health than him. As long as you stay calm and aim carefully before you shoot, you can win this. Stay calm, aim carefully. Yeah, this is literally not even just in the game, but literally just like her laser beam focus, man, towards her goal. Like this exact same wording, not just for the game, but for what she's trying to go after. I can win this. Headshot, she got it. Da. She got it. Let's go. I don't even know what game, but still. Congrats on your first kill and your first win. I did it. It feels good, doesn't it? It's fun, isn't it? This is what the person you like is addicted to. You're starting to understand the world he's living in, aren't you? That was fun. That felt so good. Oh, man, I love this for her, man. Oh, I really hope Ishigami takes notice. Because she's trying to make a genuine effort. She is trying to make that genuine effort, man. Because love will make you do a lot of crazy things. A lot of crazy things. Things that you think that is outside of what you do, what you believe. But if you feel that this person is worth putting everything into, man, you go all the way, it's worth it, right? Win or lose, man, the efforts has to be recognized. But I hope a result comes from it, though. But oh man, I want to shoot them more. I want to kill more. Yeah. Hey, Papa, let's go another round. You're like, eh? Well, I suppose girls like that come around every once in a while. They'll start gaming, they get closer to a guy, and end up getting more invested than the guy himself. Just gamer things, huh? And she's like down for the count the next day. And Oonodera pulls up. Didn't get enough sleep last night. Yeah. I ended up playing with Papa all night. Oh no. Oh no. They're gonna make it think that her dad was like some supreme judge, just like play Call of Duty, but it isn't the case. I had to play with Papa all night. Good for you. Your Papa was always too busy to spend time with you, wasn't he? Not that Papa. Oh no, that's how she's gonna remember. No! Oh no. Oh, this is good. No, if Ishigami hears this is gonna be the craziest misunderstanding of all time. No, that's probably worse than the Shironui part. Oh no. He's like, huh? What Papa are you talking about then? He's an old man without a stable job. He teased me like crazy. all throughout yesterday. At first, I didn't like it very much, but he was so good and guided me through so gently. Get on there's face. Oh my god! First Ishigami, Shirodue, and now this, man. This series is going back to back. Well, you love to see it. And after the first time, it just felt so good. I'm telling you, man. Akasaka, what are you doing? So I just kept asking him to go again and again, and we ended up going at it until morning. I think I might get addicted to this. Oh man! Oh, they're just having like nightmares, bro. She could be. What do I do here? Without a proper father figure in her life, Iino's gone and got herself a sugar daddy. Will Oonodera's misunderstanding be resolved? Tune in next time to find out. Sorry for the wait, we're back. Kaguya-sama 229. Next time the second years join up. The new second years join up. For what? For a gaming thing, maybe? If we continue with this, they join up for some gaming stuff? Or for what? Or something separate? I don't know. This is interesting. Okay. But, okay, that was a good chapter. That was a good chapter, man. Like, I would say great. Amazing. Oh, man. Kaguya-sama, bro. Like, we first got that whole thing with Ishigami and Shiranui, which, of course, was more the genuine thing of him trying to get with other people and stuff, talk with them, just be more familiar with other, like, people and stuff that aren't who he's familiar, who he's with normally. With like Shirogane, with Kaguya, and all of them and stuff. And then it led to the problems that we saw afterwards in Iino's perspective, because she thought that they were going at it. But now it's even worse. Because now you got Oonodera, who's he got the wrong image in her head of what transpired between Iino and then Father Shirogane. And now it's like, you better, and you know what? This is one of those things that I feel is going to be a good thing and maybe a bad thing, but I would say more a good thing on Oonodera, because you remember with her character that back in the past, she would basically hear a rumor, hear a form of gossip, and run with the ball, and then it led to bad things happening afterwards, and she chose not to do that ever again. And now she's in a position where she's misunderstood something and without seeking the truth behind it, now we'll face a dilemma where does she go back to what she did before, which was discuss the gossip, then try to save Iino from potential danger, or does she converse with her and get clarity regarding that? And even if it's a miniature thing for her, I think this would be good, because then it shows the growth in Oonodera since from before, where she used to discuss the gossip and then just go with it. Now she's like actually seeking the truth before she goes and talks about things, which would be good for her character if we get to see one of those moments now happening with something that is comedic, but could be turned completely 180. Like, if this were to ever get out that she has some kind of sugar father and stuff, like, it would be super bad on the reputation for Iino, and it would probably destroy her if other people were to believe that she's, getting on with some other guy that's like, Shirogane's dad. You know what I mean? Like that would just be like really wrong in the public eye. But I do feel like this can be one of those things where if let's say they have to confront it, then Oonodera will probably have that moment where she's like, you know what, let me just make sure before I have my concerns. So hopefully that'll be the case after. But now because we got the second years joining up, I have to believe that is the case. If the second years are all joining up, I believe that's going to end up being the case. Right? That Oonodera, Osaragi, Iino, Shiranui, Ishigami, like all of them are going to be like, together and stuff or something. And then those misunderstandings are going to be brought out, and then maybe we get them to like just, open the floor with everything that goes on. But we're going to have to wait and see. But I do love what Father Shirogane did, though, for Iino in this chapter, because, again, guys and girls are willing to do anything they can to be able to help out the person that they love in, getting invested in the stuff that they enjoy, even if it's not their number one thing, but they want to at least come to an understanding of what it is that they enjoy. That in itself, I admire from people that are willing to go that extra step because of that person that they love. And for Father Shirogane to kind of just, tell her straight, that's what you're doing. That's what most people are doing in these scenarios. But just to take, caution and stuff, relax, focus properly on what's in front of you, and then you'll be good to go. But comedy wise, man, it's absolutely hilarious. Now she's gonna be a Call of Duty fan and everything. Oh man, what I need honestly is Iino literally with the headphones on, streaming some Call of Duty and saying thank you for the sub. That's all I need, man, and she'll be good to go. But I'm really curious now what this next chapter is going to be with these second years getting all together. Which if I had to put money on it, it would have to be something along the lines of just clearing up the misunderstandings. Or the misunderstandings get so chaotic afterwards that eventually someone's got to speak up and say, you know what? This is what's been going on. You don't have to worry about it. But I don't know. I feel like this next stretch that we're going into, especially after the research that Akasaka, was putting in this last month, I feel like is going to lead to some pretty insane stuff. In terms of story development, I feel like this is going to be some really big stuff we're about to jump into. So I'm looking forward to it, man. But let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below in regards to Kaguya-sama this week. How did you feel about this chapter? In terms of the enjoyments, the stuff that we got from it in general. What are your thoughts on it? And how do you use what do you see that's about to happen right now? What do you see it's going to happen now the second years are going to be joining up together? Are we going to get, the whole thing being cleared out in regards to what Ishigami Shiranui is doing and what Iino is doing right now? Or is this about to snowball into something that is going to require Ishigami and Iino to overcome their misunderstandings so that they can become closer? I'm curious to know what you guys think is going to happen from there. And, yeah, man. This could lead into some very good stuff, or it's going to lead to some stuff that's going to be living rent-free in my mind and waiting until Akasaka, frees me from potential pain. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Like the video if you enjoyed. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new here. If you want to be part of the weekly experience when it comes to my coverage of Kaguya-sama week in, week out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Click on the bell, Shandori, so that everything goes on the channel. If you haven't seen the catch-up video in regards to Kaguya-sama, talking about my thoughts on the series and, of course, past reactions that I did not too long ago, right after that, go and check those out. And then hopefully before the next break or whenever the next break does come out afterwards, I can do that future arcs video discussion. But till next time, 2:30 next week. Hopefully it'll be on a Wednesday, but if not, sometime midweek, we're good to go because the middle of the week belongs to Akasaka's masterpiece, Kaguya-sama, as it should. So, Commodore last signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care. Going crazy, yeah, we going crazy. I'm with the team, yeah, we going